Siéntala. Ya, mira.
Oh, good job.
Welcome. How come this isn't working?
What do you mean? It's not working.
Well, it's blank.
Because they're not showing anything yet. They're sharing their screen.
Oh, the screen is blank? Or you're saying I'm fine?
You know, that's her screen. You're seeing what she's showing.
Say that again?
You're seeing what she's showing. See, now there's something. Volume.
Which one is mine, by the stove?
Yeah.
Got it. You're saying it's fine, I'm in.
It hasn't started yet. Abby, go.
I don't know, maybe you can get her back.
Heartbreaking is the use of refrigerated door trucks, because so many families of those who died from coronavirus just couldn't and can't afford.
But now there's a new kind of on Long Island, spurred by one determined woman. It allows owners of unused burial plots to donate those graves to families of coronavirus victims.
Here's Stacy saying.
And if we could just make one gesture to make their lives easier, one gesture that could lead to hundreds more now that. Back in 1916, here at Greenfield Cemetery, which is owned by the town of Hempstead, but Deborah already has her own plot. Recently, she watched the news reports about as many as 650 bodies of COVID-19 patients still sitting in freezer trucks here in Brooklyn. And I just could not believe what I heard. And I just said, I'm going to do something. But long-standing town code here prohibited any trans. Town code during the pandemic, permitting plot owners to transfer them to families.
Did you ever look up the Morgan and Stanley thing?
Yeah.
Oh my God, nobody's there.
Well, that's not helping. Is that
But
how
I
I'm
don't
on?
know, you could go to your control.
Oh, somebody's a visitor now. No, we didn't. Somebody's trying to. I don't think no, they're still on. Maybe the sound?
Yeah,
No, it's
muted.
not muted. No, I think.
We don't hear
I've
it.
seen him. Okay, 1 second. I don't know what happened. We had him before. Yeah,
if
but
you
maybe
unmute
it's not
that?
on yet. No, I think it's, oh yeah, it's saying it's muted.
No,
No,
the thing next to it.
that's,
Yeah.
no, I think that's his page. I don't think we do that. See, this is also Crestdoor.
It's 12 participants.
Have many?
12. You can go gallery, you know that, and see them all,
Where is it? Wait,
Go
oh,
here.
here you go.
I think. Where's the gallery?
Raise hand, go slower, no, go fast, more, mute me, invite. I have to press invite? No, we're in there, I guess.
We're in there.
You are viewing wherever someone says screen, view
Few
options,
options.
Zoom ratio, what? No. It's fine, whatever it is. Meanwhile, I should get my menorah.
Oh, you should X that box out if you can.
What box? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. We heard it for a minute and then I don't hear anything.
Oh, I heard some. What was it?
No, you didn't. I mean, his speaker's off too. Everybody's speaker's off.
I guess they're not ready yet.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're not ready. Oh, yeah, look, it's starting now. I should have the, so I know what the prayer is. We don't know the prayer. Let's look it up here.
Here it comes.
Okay.
What do we hear?
Wait, maybe I just have to do my. Okay. It's
Hard to hear.
harvest here is mine. I
Unless he has a screensaver, he might have that.
Thank you, everyone. And now we're put your eyes to your video screen as we share special words from the ambassador of Israel and a special music star, Nissim Black.
Hmm. And you want to sit down in case it's not.
8 days, 8 nights, and you can call it 8 planes, 8 lights. We light a flame for this miracle. Hey, we light a flame for this miracle.
Hi, my name is Nissim Black, and I was born in Seattle, Washington. I'm a professional rapper, and I love doing what I do. Rap is the tool that I use and the medium that I use to be able to reach people in an amazing way and to be able to share God's love in the world. I was raised in a completely different life than what I'm living now. As an inner city kid, growing up in the urban neighborhoods, got into gang violence and drugs very early on, and had that wonderful opportunity to change my life.
Wait, you're
I
in
moved to Judaism at the age of 26. My wife had 2 children at the time. Thank God she was blessed as now with 6. We picked up and left America and moved here to Eretz Israel. And I now live outside of Jerusalem. One of the things that inspired me the most about Judaism was the honesty of the story. If you read throughout the Hebrew scriptures, the beautiful, beautiful story and relationship between God and the Jewish people, this constant rising and falling of the people, and this constant love that Hashem has for the Jewish people, and the inseparable relationship that there is between Hashem, the Jewish people, and the land of Israel. That very much inspired me to want to be a part of that relationship, to take hold of it and to immerse myself in it.
And so we make a flame for this miracle.
Chanukah. Who could not be connected to Chanukah? I feel so connected. Like this is my Chag. Chanukah really represents being in the darkest and the lowest and the most remote places.
I'm standing here, but I can't hold myself. I know I need the help of someone else. I am my brother's keeper. I can use my hand.
What connects me most to Chanukah, and what probably connects all of us, is the wonderful mandate to light the menorah, to light the Chanukiah out in the open, in front of
I
everyone.
wasn't videotaping it.
It's like David HaMelech, who says to Hashem, I will profess your greatness and your kingship.
Look, it looks so dirty, the screen.
And
So dirty, I see that.
every Hanukkah, we're showing the lights, and the miracle, and the great wonders of what God has done for us, the Jewish people, in front of the whole entire world. And it's on display for everyone to see. That is the power of Hanukkah. That with each and every single day that we light the Chanukiah, that we add light, we add more light. It only shows that this flame, which can ignite another flame, without really extinguishing the original flame, it's giving of ourselves, and the more chesed and the more kindness that we do each and every day, it will not take away from us, God forbid, but it's only going to give more. And the more light that we spread, the more and more we're able to illuminate the whole entire world. This is Chanukah, and this is why I love it so much.
Whenever we down, he can lift us up. Ain't a difficulty, too difficult for us. If only we would trust and keep our heads up. The sky we can touch, yeah. But I feel so out of my zone. I feel like I lost my control. I feel so out of my zone. I feel like I lost my way home, yeah. But when it's dark out, I can't see, yeah. So can you make a light? It's hard. From Egypt to Babylon, the Holocaust, Inquisition would pivot us to the pogroms. Yeah, from the Greeks and now in Rome. Yeah, but we fight back to light that fire. They got a problem cause this neshama won't expire. We moving on. We show the whole entire world no fear in us. And so we make a flame for this miracle. So we make it 8 days, 8 nights, and you can call it 8 planes, 8 lights. We light a flame for this miracle. Hey, we light a flame for this miracle. So we make it 8 days, 8 nights, and you can call it 8 flames, 8 lights. And we light a flame for this miracle. Hey, we light a flame for this miracle. I'm standing here, but I can't hold myself. I know I need the help of someone else. I am my brother's keeper. I can use my hand to be my brother's keeper. We gon' fly away. Not in a million years, cause 6 million tears be ignored still. These are arms of steel, King David's shield. Operation Moses, Ethiopian Trojan. He gave the mighty to the weak and the many to the few. In a minute, it was through. Even in the dark, you lighted through. So now I give my light to you, but we fight back to light that fire. They got a problem cause this neshama won't expire. We moving on. We show the whole entire world no fear in us. So we make a flame for this miracle. Hey, so we make it 8 days, 8 nights, and you can call it 8 flames, 8 lights. We light a flame for this miracle. Hey, we light a flame for this miracle. So we make it 8 days, 8 nights, and you can call it 8 flames, 8 lights. And we light a flame for this miracle. Hey, we light a flame for this miracle. Everybody at home sing along. We make it 8 days, 8 nights, 8 flames, 8 lights for this miracle. Hey, so we light a flame for this miracle. So we make it 8 days, 8 nights, 8 flames, 8 lights for this miracle. We light a flame for this miracle. Hope everybody's enjoying the Chanukah so far.
My name is Ron Dermer, and for over 7 years, I've been privileged to serve as Israel's ambassador to the United States. I'm honored to speak to Jewish communities across the world who this year are celebrating Hanukkah with Chabad. Now, some people say that all Jewish holidays are the same, that all our holidays can be summed up in 3 short sentences. They tried to kill us, they failed, let's eat. But the truth is that each Jewish holiday not only has unique foods and customs, but also commemorates a unique national experience. On Passover, we celebrate our freedom from slavery in Egypt. On Purim, we celebrate our survival from a plot in Persia to annihilate us. On Sukkot, we remember our simple spiritual lives in the desert. On Shavuot, we remember receiving our people's greatest treasure.
The whole thing. They just had a wrapper on.
Well, what about Hanukkah?
Now they have the ambassador to Israel from the United States.
Jewish identity. We remember how a small and powerful empire, not to save their lives or to end their bondage, but to live according to their faith, laws, and traditions. In fact,
the ambassador to
their lives
Israel from
to save
the United States.
It is precisely because Hanukkah
He's
is a
from,
celebration of
it's
Jewish
all
identity.
remote. So he's in Washington.
Of Jewish holidays. We can have a Seder in the privacy of our home.
They're going to light the candles.
In an inner courtyard.
He's there.
But on Hanukkah, we must light the menorah in a place where our neighbors, Jews and non-Jews alike, can see.
I can't hear you.
On Hanukkah, we essentially do what the Maccabees themselves did.
No, I didn't hear you. Want to speak?
200 years ago. We take pride in our faith and in our heritage. We show the world that we are proud Jews. Beyond Jewish identity, on Hanukkah, we also celebrate Jewish sovereignty in the land of Israel. In fact, Hanukkah is the only Jewish holiday that commemorates an event that took place in the land of Israel. I realized that for the first time when I played a game of dreidel soon after I moved to Israel. I spun it and it landed on pay. I thought I got a bum dreidel because in America, all the dreidels have a shin, not a pay. And they stand for, in America, Nes Gadol Haya Sham. A great miracle happened there. But in Israel, all the dreidels have a pay because they stands for Nes Gadol Haya Po. A great miracle was here in the land of Israel. On Chanukah, we celebrate the miracle of the restoration of Jewish sovereignty in the land of Israel. Now, the Jewish people, ladies and gentlemen, are a 4,000-year-old people, but we have been a sovereign people for less than a quarter of that time. Our first period of sovereignty began when Joshua crossed the Jordan over 3,000 years ago. It ended some 7 centuries later when Babylonian ruler Nebuchadnezzar destroyed the temple, the first temple in Jerusalem. Hundreds of years passed before our second period of sovereignty began with the miraculous victory of the Hashmonaim, the Maccabees. But that was short-lived, and about a century later, the Jewish state effectively became a vassal of Rome. The Jews later rebelled, but were ultimately defeated. The second temple was destroyed. A 2,000-year exile began. That is, until 1948, when a great transformation occurred in the life of the Jewish people with the rebirth of the one and only Jewish state. We moved from powerlessness to power, from statelessness to sovereignty, from having to beg others to defend us to being able to defend ourselves, like the Maccabees of old. We must never forget that 100 generations of Jews dreamed to have the privilege to live at a time when there would be a sovereign Jewish state. And only 3 generations of Jews have had the privilege of living that dream. With that privilege comes a great responsibility to secure that dream for future generations. That is why on Chanukah, we should all light the menorah with pride. Pride in being able to celebrate the same heritage that the Maccabees safeguarded against impossible odds so long ago. And pride in having the privilege to live at a time when there is a sovereign Jewish state. A state whose emblem is the menorah and whose light burns bright for all the world to see. Chag Sameach.
Hi, my name is Tamir Goodman. I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland. I was blessed to play Division I basketball on a full athletic scholarship and professional basketball without playing on Shabbat. Today, I live in Jerusalem with my wife and 5 kids and have a sports consulting company that focuses on product development, coaching, and scouting for basketball players around the world. After many years of hard work and training and pushing myself till tears every day, trying to be the best Jewish basketball player that I could be, at the age of 17, I was ranked the 25th best high school basketball player in all of America. I started getting a lot of scholarship offers. I originally went to the University of Maryland, but then I realized that if I wanted to stay and play there, I'd have to play on Shabbat. So I actually went to play for a different team, Towson University, and Towson University managed to change the entire schedule for me so that I could play Division I basketball without playing on Shabbat. After a month of intense training on campus, the first game of the season finally started, and then the second game, and then the third game. Third game was in Philadelphia, and we traveled there the day before the game. And late at night before the game, we heard a knock on the door. My roommate and I, Mohammed, who was a Muslim basketball player, and I went to open up the door, and I was completely shocked to see it was our head coach. Feeling very nervous, I went into the hallway, and coach just said, "Look, I really want you to be ready to play tomorrow." And I said, "Coach, I try to always be ready to play. What's going on? What's special?" He said, "Well, we're playing against Villanova. They're one of the best teams in the whole country. The game is going to be on ESPN. Millions of people are going to be watching the game. And Tamir, you're starting. And I felt so nervous because my whole life I've been watching Villanova. And now, am I really good enough to play against them, especially when their point guard is a senior and I'm just a freshman? I came back into the room and I closed the door and I was frozen. I was so scared. I couldn't sleep the whole night. The next day, we got to Villanova. 2 hours before the game, usually there's no crowd there. It's just the players warming up. And we were warming up, but I just couldn't get my confidence going. I was so nervous. I couldn't dribble well. I couldn't make my shots. I was so scared that I wouldn't be able to play on this level on ESPN in front of all these people. After a little bit of time in the warm-ups, I looked up in the crowd and I was completely shocked to see there was a Jewish lady there and a young Jewish boy, her son, with a kippah on his head. And I locked eyes with them and I stopped warming up for a minute and I was staring at them and I noticed that the young boy took a poster board out of his bag and he lifted up the poster board and he started writing in Hebrew letters at Villanova, Bruchim Abayim leTamir Goodman. He wrote that in Hebrew letters, welcome to Tamir Goodman. And down from the floor, I just thought to myself, wow, who ever saw Hebrew letters in this world famous arena? This is unbelievable. And when I saw those letters, I just didn't feel nervous anymore. It made me feel right at home. I ended up having a very good game. I had 13 points and 6 assists as a freshman. And the coach came over to me after the game and he said, Tamir, I just want to let you know that you won the starting spot as a freshman for the rest of the season. And oftentimes people ask me, they say, Tamir, how were you a starter as a freshman in Division I basketball? And I always say to them, it wasn't me. It was the young Jewish boy that wrote the Hebrew letters. It was the Hebrew letters that made me feel right at home, and I wasn't nervous anymore. I think this story has an incredible message for us and Chanukah, especially this year. Because this year, we don't have our confidence going. We don't feel like ourselves. Because of the coronavirus, all of our confidence has been taken away from us. But this story reminds me, and hopefully it will remind you, just take the first step. Get dressed, put on your uniform, start warming up, and eventually Hashem will send you the blessings that you need to be successful. I wasn't confident. I didn't think I was going to be able to play well in that game, but I put my uniform on, I went out to warm-ups, and Hashem sent those angels that showed me the Hebrew letters that gave me all the confidence that I needed to move forward and have a great game. So my blessing to you this Chanukah is, just take the first step. There's so much power in adding just one light, because when we add just one light, Hashem will take care of the rest for us. Happy Chanukah from Jerusalem, and thank you to Chabad for the opportunity.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us at the Grand Menorah Lighting and for the first night of Hanukkah. Please spread the light. Make sure that everyone you know that needs to light a menorah has a menorah. We have free menorah kits. They can stop by or give me the address. I'll make sure they get a menorah. Everyone should be lighting candled menorahs. Plus, putting menorahs on your car or in the window, that's a plus, a benefit. We have to spread the light this year more than ever. If you send me a message, I'll arrange special jelly donuts, either homemade. You can stop by my house, get a jelly donut, get latkes. It's very important to feel the Hanukkah spirit. Now that we're cooped up indoors, we have to make sure to self-inspire for Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining. See you Sunday night for our 5:30 Sunday event, More Inspiration. Happy Hanukkah, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Happy Hanukkah to you too, Rabbi.
Still 1.5 an hour?